Think you're too boring for YouTube? Think again. The most magnetic creators are not the most polished, but they have the most connection. Today, I'm going to break down the 4 elements of a backstory that make people root for you, binge your content, and keep coming back. Hi, I am Darren. I am a Writers Guild Award winning creator and producer who got her start here on YouTube. I built a 6-figure business, and now I want to help creators like you go from feeling stuck and scattered to a strategic storyteller. And the most powerful tool that you have is your backstory. In this video, I will outline why a backstory is so powerful, some examples of good creator backstories, and a framework that you can use to create your backstory. The backstory on this video is that I actually deleted it off this channel accidentally. I had a previous version. It was actually one of the top 5 videos on this channel, and I have somehow developed a habit of accidentally deleting videos on this channel. This is why YouTube needs a recently deleted folder, but that's another subject. Having a strong backstory is an essential part of building a brand, so I wanted to re-record it. As entrepreneurs, our stories are our greatest tools, not just to get views, but to build a business that is meaningful. YouTube of the past was very much about keywords and ranking for search, but now people want more from their content. YouTube wants more from their content. On a recent Think Media podcast, a YouTube employee described the fastest way to grow on YouTube, and that was by making sure your viewers binge your content. And the way to get people to binge your content is if they connect to you. Because people don't follow ideas, they follow people. Your backstory is your emotional bridge to your viewer. And in a saturated world like YouTube, your story is what makes you stand out. And it has worked for your favorite creators. Sunny Lenarduzzi built a very successful social media marketing business until it nearly broke her. She ended up in the hospital with signs of a stroke, and she realized that she needed to change her way of doing business. She hit a wall, but she came back stronger with a powerful message about how to build a business that does not burn you out. Alexis Saranoia, she's another one of my favorite creators. She also has a very powerful backstory, which she shared very openly on her channel. She lost her job unexpectedly. She is a mom of 3 kids, and she needed to make money fast. She was very committed to making YouTube work. She showed a lot of grit, and along the way, she was very transparent about her road to monetization, which people really connected to. Another creator, Nikki Saunders, she was kind of like me. She was a behind the scenes person. She also had a social media marketing agency, and she decided to step in front of the camera. And one of the things that she makes a part of her backstory is the fact that she is an introvert. She weaves that throughout her storytelling. She focuses on AI, how to use AI, but she does it through the lens of an introverted creator and how an introverted creator can build a business using these new AI tools. Before I ever hit record on this channel, I was a behind the scenes person. I did get my start here on YouTube, but it was with an episodic series, a scripted episodic series. It ended up changing my life, but I never became an influencer. That was very awkward and weird to me. But I did end up working on a lot of other projects that won some big awards, some won Emmys. I actually won a Writers Guild Award. I was able to build my own content business and produce content for clients. A lot of it was thought leadership content, and that was wonderful. I really enjoyed it. But I also have my own brand, and if I'm not showing up for it, then who is? But that all changed when YouTube became the #1 TV streaming service, and I realized that my unique set of professional experiences could be very helpful to creators trying to build a brand at this particular point in YouTube culture, where storytelling is extremely important. But I also get to use everything that I know about storytelling to help creators and entrepreneurs step into your story. And the most powerful tool that you have is your backstory. just like the one I just told. So how do you build your backstory? Well, a backstory is composed of 4 components, but before we get into those, I actually created a companion worksheet to this video. You can grab it for free. I will put the link in my video description and also in my pinned comment. And as we go through the rest of this video, you can use it to scribble down your own thoughts and build your backstory. The first component is the catalyst. What was the spark? What was the moment that happened in your life when you realized that you needed to change? What was the inspiration? When was the inspiration that you decided to start your YouTube channel, to start a business, to change your diet, whatever the case may be? When was that moment that you had that spark? That's part 1. The next component is the conflict. What was the struggle? What was the tension? What was the challenge that you faced? And you want to be honest here, because this is where you build trust. Even if the stakes don't feel like they were dramatic, they probably were dramatic, it just didn't feel like it. But what was the inner conflict that you felt? Write that down. Maybe that's imposter syndrome. Maybe it's burnout, like Sunny Lenarduzzi. Maybe you lost your job, like Alexa Saranoia. Or maybe you're an introvert, like Nikki Saunders. But what was the internal conflict that you felt? Then we have the transformation. What shifted? What changed? And it doesn't have to be an enormous breakthrough, but it should be a breakthrough, and it should feel honest, and it should feel owned, and it should feel earned, and it should feel personal. And this becomes the foundation for your content. It becomes your purpose, which is perfect because it leads us to our next point, which is the purpose. Who do you want to help, and why are you driven to help them? This really is your niche. A lot of creators start here. They start with your niche, but I'm actually ending with your niche because I think it is more powerful to think about who your story can help. So I came up with this prompt, and I'm actually going to read it because I want to make sure that I get it right, which is, before I started blank, then blank happened, and I realized blank. Now I help blank by blank. And what you're filling in there is, before I started my niche, my journey, my mission, I was in this conflict. Then the catalyst happened, and I realized this insight. Now I help my audience, my viewer, by giving them the tools to make this transformation. That is your prompt. That is what you need to figure out. And once you figure that out, you have a very powerful backstory. Now that you have a good backstory and you're building that connection, you want to keep that connection. So I recommend you check out this video. Until next time, keep creating and keep thinking like a showrunner.